Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. It is so very good to be here with you on this Sunday morning as we gather together to celebrate the magnificence and significance of the presence and power of God operating in, through, and as each and every one of us. We will begin our service as we always do by grounding ourselves in a reading, and then we will take that reading into our opening prayer. The word today is divine feminine, and the affirmation: I bless the divine feminine in myself and in all others. Today is International Women's Day, a time to celebrate women's achievements across societies and cultures. It is also a time to celebrate the divine feminine, which blesses all people. When I honor the divine feminine, I am recognizing God as love, compassion, and understanding, aspects that are present in everyone. The world is blessed by the contributions of those who embody the divine feminine in their words and actions, from the steeliness of protection to the softness of comfort and nurturance. I give thanks for the girls and women in my life as I lift up and celebrate the divine feminine in its many expressions. I affirm the divine feminine awakens and expands in my heart and blesses and prospers all life. Again, the affirmation: I bless the divine feminine in myself and all others. From this place of awareness, I invite you right here and right now to get still and let us close our eyes as we open our inner eye. And together, let us take a conscious and intentional and centering breath in. And we breathe out. Breathe in love to your mind and love to your heart. And breathe out love to your world. Again, we breathe in and we breathe out. There is only one mind, only one power, only one presence that is working in all, through all, and as all. There is one life. That life is Mother, Father, God. That life is perfect. That life is whole. That life is complete. And that life is my life now, perfect, whole, and complete. And that life is your life now, perfect, whole, and complete. It is the life of all, perfect, whole, and complete. It is the life of every galaxy, perfect, whole, and complete. It is the life of every planet, perfect, whole, and complete. Every star, every moon, every sun, every grain of sand, perfect, whole, and complete. Every mountain, every rock, perfect, whole, and complete. Every tree, every leaf, perfect, whole, and complete. Every organ in your body, perfect, whole, and complete. Every cell that makes up our bodies, perfect, whole, and complete. All that we can see and all that we cannot see, perfect, whole, and complete. It is the life of all. And it is my life now. It is your life now. It is our life now, for it is right here and right now. The power and presence that I call God neither comes nor goes. It is always here. It is always now. If I'm at the top of the mountain of joy, the allness of God is with me. And when I am in sadness or despair, the allness of God is with me. If I'm in Nepal, the allness of God is with me. If I'm in Brooklyn, the allness of God is with me. If I'm in the ocean, the allness of God is with me. If I'm in the air, the allness of God is with me. There is no spot where the allness of God is not. It neither comes nor goes. So that means that where you are and where I am, the space is filled and overflowing endlessly with the presence and power of God. Breathe that in. You don't have to look for God. You don't have to search for God. You don't have to wait for God. God is always on time because God is always now. God is always here. And so as we recognize that we are living, moving, and having our being in God, that we reside in a God spot, that we are sitting in the seat of the divine, we remember and recognize that we are one with God and one of God, remembering and recognizing that we are individualized, unique, particularized, undivided expressions of this sacred good that is. It is out of this awareness then that we know that we have power. It is out of this awareness that we know that we are worthy. It is out of this awareness that we know that we are sinless and condemn ourselves no more. So it is from this place of awareness that I speak the word of truth. It is from this awareness that I speak this word with firm faith. It is from this place of awareness that I speak this word with confidence. Grateful and thankful for this gathering we call the weekend service. Grateful and thankful for this community that is Celebration Spiritual Center. Grateful and thankful for the 13 years and 13 more. Grateful and thankful to be in a space and a place that empowers us to live according to the greatness that is inside of us, that reminds us that we have greatness inside of us, that reminds us that we have great power, potential, and possibility. And that supports us in practicing this reality and expanding our awareness of all that is possible as us and all that is possible in our world. From this place of gratitude, I now release the prayer. I release the prayer back into the law, which is always in operation, responding and becoming according to the pattern of thought that we provide. And this pattern of thought that we have provided today, it is good, it is life-giving, it is life-supporting, constructive and beneficial. So nothing but good can come from it. So with joy and thanksgiving, we now lift up our voices and we say, Amen.
Amen.
Ashe.
Ashe.
And so it is.
So it is.
So it is, and so it must be. Hello again. Happy Sunday. I'm Pastor Greg.
I'm Pastor Yolanda.
We are grateful to be here with you. Grateful to be aligned in time. That we are now aligned with the Eastern Standard Time again. We've been an hour ahead all of these months, and so that feels good. I trust that you all remembered to set your clocks or allowed your clocks to set, and you're on time. But of course, you'll be able to catch this stream at the moment that it meets you when it's the right time. We're grateful also because this signifies that we are moving closer and closer to the birth of spring and all of the wonderful things that come with that. If you are a first-time guest, hello, welcome. We're so happy that someone or something brought you to this stream today. And we're confident that if you're here, something will be done. Something will be said that will support you in living an empowered life and thriving in your life. The first time you come to CSC, you're a guest, but when you come back, you're family. So we welcome you to the CSC family. We welcome you to our global community. Now, the information you see there on your screen is how you access your digital connection card. This is your way to stay in touch with us and our way to stay in touch with you. All you have to do is text the keyword welcome to that phone number, 347-472-1078. Again, the keyword welcome to 347-472-1078. And once you text that phone number, you'll receive an automated reply with a link. Click that link. That'll take you to the digital connection card. We just need your name and your email address. Submit that and you're all set. You'll receive a follow-up text that confirms you're all set. You'll be on our mailing list. You'll receive our weekly newsletter that goes out on Fridays and all of the other information that we send out to keep the community informed. If you are unable to text this number, and particularly if you're outside of the United States, you can look here in the description here. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Facebook, you'll see that the URL is there. You can just click that link. That'll take you directly to the digital connection card and you can complete that information. But we're so happy that you're here. We invite you, if you feel so led to do or comfortable to do, to shout out your city, your state, your country. Let us know where you're connecting in from. As you can see, North Carolina's in the house, Tennessee is in the house, Chicago's in the house, of course, Brooklyn and all 5 boroughs of New York are in the house, Barbados is in the house, and our community is spread far and wide all around the globe. And so you may find that there is someone connected right here and right now in the same space, in the same place that you are. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. So from this place of awareness, this is a wonderful moment for us to move forward with our news and our updates so that we can move forward with the meditation, the music, and the message. It is our 13th anniversary month, and we are so grateful and thankful to be celebrating 13 years of Celebration Spiritual Center, 13 years of the God experience that CSC is. And as I said last week, we are affirming and will be reading our vision statement and mission statement each and every week because this is a wonderful way, just as you might have your list of goals that you read each and every day, by naming this and reading this each and every week, we are affirming and reminding ourselves of who and what CSC is. Mm-hmm. Celebration Spiritual Center is a God experience that turns on the heart, mind, and soul of the world. A God experience is the realization of oneness that transcends material sense. The mission and purpose: to awaken the world to the presence of God within and all around us, celebrate this truth as one family, embody unconditional love, equip humanity to live our greatest lives, and serve all creation. Now, as we are in celebration mode, celebrating our 13th anniversary this month, we are happy to announce the 13th anniversary giveaway. 13 winners will receive exclusive anniversary swag. This is limited edition. You will not find this on our online store, on our website. There are wonderful things there. If you did not know about that, you can go to our website, go to the shop, and there's wonderful things that you can purchase. However, these items will not be available in the store, will not be available for purchase. Additionally, one grand prize winner will receive a Best Year Ever VIP day with me, which is valued at $997. This is a 4-hour session with me that will support you in getting clear on your vision and clear on your goals. You walk away with a 90-day action plan, as well as 7 days of additional support beyond that session. It is incredibly impactful. It is incredibly powerful, and I look forward to supporting that winner and getting really clear and focused for 2026. So how do you enter? Very easy. Download the Church Center app. Once you've downloaded the Church Center app, go to the Groups tab and join the CSC Live group. Once you've joined the group, post an introduction in the chat, sharing how long you've been connected to CSC and one way CSC has impacted your life. It's already been amazing to see and hear your shares, the ways in which CSC has impacted so many people's lives. Folks that have been a part of CSC for 13 years or 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, and folks that have been a part of CSC for just a few months. The impact is real, and it's really wonderful to see the various ways, but yet consistent ways, that CSC continues to impact the lives of so many. Now, you may be wondering, how do I access the Church Center app? Very easy. You can scan this QR code you see on your screen, or you can go to celebrationsc.churchcenter.com/setup to download the app. That will work whether you're on Android or Apple. Every Wednesday morning, we gather together at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Momentum Prayer Call. The Momentum Prayer Call is your opportunity to keep the momentum going. I was about to say the God talk. The Momentum Prayer Call is your opportunity to continue the momentum that we create here on Sundays. We share a reading, we pray, we move on with our day. It's a wonderful way to be really intentional about your morning in the middle of the week. So you see the phone number there. Just call in, enter the access code, and wait. If you're unable to make the prayer live, we do record every prayer. So you can use the playback number, enter the access code, and then as instructed, enter the #, and the most recent prayer will play. That means that you have access to prayer 24/7. We encourage you to use that anytime you want to tap into the vibration of prayer, anytime that you feel fear, doubt, and worry creeping up. Do not allow it to take residence in your mind. Go to prayer. Now, if you have a prayer request, you can send in that prayer request to prayerchampions@celebrationsc.org. We are holding the entire community in our hearts and our minds, knowing the very best, knowing the highest for you. But we recognize you may have a specific prayer request for yourself or for someone else. Just send in the name, send in your name. You don't have to explain the challenge or the problem. All we need to know is that you're requesting prayer for yourself or someone else. And we will know the truth with and for you. And as your prayer is answered, we encourage you to share your prosperity reports. We're hearing and receiving so many powerful prosperity reports. We received a powerful healing prosperity report this past week. And so as your prayer is answered, as a shift happens, as some wonderful things happen, by all means, share that with us. Send it to prayerchampions@celebrationsc.org. And of course, with your permission, we share many of these with the community because it expands and confirms the faith of the community, because we recognize that prayer works, and it is sure enough working at CSC. I am so excited to continue our Reimagine the Bible Truth Study. This happens every second and fourth Wednesday. That means that on this Wednesday, we'll be gathering together at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Zoom, and Facebook Live. This truth study is designed to support you in really integrating and understanding and asking questions around our three-part series that we've been in to start this year. And so I encourage you to join me at 7 p.m. this Wednesday. Again, you can join on YouTube, Zoom, or Facebook Live. It has been powerful, and I trust that this coming Wednesday will be equally powerful. A safe space for sacred questions. That's what the God Talk is. If you have questions, we encourage you to bring them to the God Talk. It is your opportunity to ask those questions that many spiritual spaces do not allow, right? No question is off limits. This is an opportunity to learn how to apply New Thought metaphysical principles to the real experiences of your life. So whatever is happening, wherever you feel challenged, wherever you feel confused, wherever you need support in reconciling certain things, whatever that looks like for you, bring the question, get the support that you need. PY and I were very clear as we co-created CSC that there needed to be a space for this, as there are many people that are coming to these teachings for the first time, or also, unfortunately, there are many people who have confuse the teachings, or are kind of applying one thing from some space over here and another thing from a space over there, and it's causing challenges, it's causing problems. And so we lovingly support you through whatever it is that you desire to move through. It is always transformative. It is always uplifting. And so we encourage you to be there with us next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time following the weekend service. The Zoom link and passcode is shared in our weekly newsletter. So make sure you're on our mailing list. The link is also available in the Church Center app. So if you have the Church Center app and you download that, on the homepage, you'll see a button for the God Talk, and you'll get the Zoom information there. And every fourth Sunday is Healing Sunday. Healing Sunday is the time that we hold a specific and intentional prayer around healing. Healing is happening in our community. Again, we received another powerful healing report this week via email. We see and know that so many powerful things are happening in our community and those that are connected to our community. We speak the names of those that are seeking healing, and we know the truth. We encourage you to be there live for the prayer. We encourage you in the coming weeks, we'll send out via email, text, etc. Add your name or the names of those that you love and are concerned about, that are in need of healing, and we will speak their names, and we will witness healing and transformation in powerful ways. That's on the fourth Sunday. Our study series of the month is Deep Roots. We recognize that there are many things happening in the world. We recognize that there are many things that are taking over so many people's attention in the world. And because it is taking their attention, it is causing folks to be fearful. It is causing folks to be anxious. It is causing folks to lose their groundedness. And this series from 2021, Deep Roots, was designed to support you in staying grounded, support you in staying rooted. The African proverb, when the roots are deep, there's no need to fear the wind. And so this particular series gives you an easy formula: pray, meditate, appreciate, and rest. When you live in that flow, when you live in that frequency, then you're not afraid of the winds, the storms, the things that inevitably come up in this experience of being human. but you stay rooted and grounded. The wind passes, but you stay firm. And we encourage you to check out that series. It's available on the homepage of our YouTube channel, and apply it to your life, because the storms are here, but that doesn't mean that you have to lose your roots and your groundedness. Again, as we are celebrating 13 years, we are celebrating 13 years of impact. At CSC, we've seen marriages restored. We've seen miraculous healings. We've seen stress levels drop from crisis to calm. We've seen addictions broken, money flow, peace restored, and lives transformed. And so we are announced last week the giving campaign for CSC's 13th anniversary. And we're inviting you, those that are able, during the month of March, to give $13, $130, $1,300, any amount with 13 in it, $13.13, in addition to your regular giving, as this is a part of celebrating our anniversary. Now, why the number 13? Of course, it's our 13th anniversary, but 12 represents completion. Celebration Spiritual Center has completed a powerful cycle in our first 12 years. And now 13 represents a new beginning, a new cycle, a new chapter, a new level. And we believe that Celebration Spiritual Center is just getting started. So if this community has blessed you, if Healing Sunday, if God Talk Sunday has strengthened you, if a sermon or class shifted your mind, if a prayer changed your life, if a song carried you through, this is your moment to say, I'm grateful and I'm sowing into the next chapter of Celebration Spiritual Center. It is easy, of course, to give to CSC. You can go to our website, celebrationsc.org/give. For the anniversary, you can text CSC 13 to 347-744-9500. You can also give via the Church Center app. Apple Pay, Google Pay is available there. If you're giving in the Church Center app or on our website, you'll see that there's a drop down. By default, it says General Donation. Click that and select CSC Anniversary so that we know that you're actually giving this in support of the next chapter of CSC. Additionally, you can mail checks to our mailing address, which you see there on the screen, 228 Park Avenue South, PMB 993354, New York, New York 10003. And so that completes our news and updates for this Sunday. You can always come back to this, and there'll be other reminders via email. But as we have completed our news and updates, it is now our awesome opportunity to go within as we are led in the meditation experience with PY.
Ah, yes. It is time for the meditation experience. It is our opportunity to come together, to connect, and to go within. As I like to say, you can read all the sacred text, and we encourage you to do so. But it is only through your direct experience of the God within yourself, for yourself, that you know the things you're reading are real and true. And so we take time every Sunday to do just that, to stop what we are doing, to take our external focus, let it go, and go inward to that place where peace and joy and ease always reside. It's not a temporary residency that peace has. It's permanent. It's at the center of our being. It goes with us wherever we go. And yet sometimes disturbances on the external kind of take our focus outward, take our focus to disconnection from source, believing that what we are seeing out there is the only reality, when in fact, reality is within you. It's available always. And it's from that place that I speak of certainty or uncertainty that this month's meditation experience, affirmative thought, came. The peace of God is mine. It's certain. It doesn't mean that I have to do more, be more. It's certain. The peace of God is mine. I don't have to define the peace. I don't have to do more to receive the peace. It's mine. Just like I know my name, I know that the peace of God is mine. And so we're going to take time to just feel that. Not spend so much time thinking about it, but just feeling that. Because that peace flows on the breath. That peace is activated with every beat of the heart, with every step that you take. And so let's experience that peace that's always available right here and right now. So go ahead, bring yourself to a seated upright position, feet on the floor, whether you're seated on a sofa or upright in a chair, seated in your car, wherever you may find yourself, seated upright, feet on the floor. And just notice the feet on the floor. That's all it takes, is the awareness of the feet connecting to the earth, the realization that beneath the feet, the earth, the center of the earth and beyond is connected, and you are connected to it. And that connection extends out as peace, breath, ease, beating heart. From this place of awareness, let's go ahead and close the eyelids, activating that internal awareness, letting go of whatever disturbance or thoughts that are out there, and bringing yourself to certainty in here. And notice the breath. That's all, just notice. The ease of noticing takes our focus off of trying to activate or make it something that it's not or judge it. For whether it's deep or shallow, it matters not. It's just the noticing that the breath is flowing, that we are in appreciation of. It's flowing. And now let's take our focus of attention and our breath, for it is ours to do so, sending it deep into the low belly. We activate the low belly first, again to ground us and prepare us for the fullest breath ever. We'll inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, relax the jaw, exhale for a count of 4, and then sink deeper into this certainty that I speak of, the peace of God that is yours for 4. Let's begin. Inhale deep into the low belly. Hold for 4. No urgency, just connection. Now relax the jaw. Let that movement signal, as you hear the sound, sigh it out. And sink deeper and deeper and deeper into this idea, but to this feeling tone. The peace of God is mine. In through the low belly again, dropping the breath nice and deep. Hold for 4. Relax the jaw anywhere that you feel tension and just sigh out the breath. And as the sound trails off, go ahead and give yourself permission to sink deeper and deeper and deeper. In through the low belly, connecting low breath to mid breath, expanding the sides of the body. Hold for 4. Relax the jaw, sigh it out. And feel the certainty as you sink deeper and deeper and deeper. In through the low belly, connecting low to mid, we've expanded the sides. Now send that breath to the back, where God is always supporting, and to the front. Hold it there. Relax the jaw, release the tension, just sigh it out. And go deeper and deeper and deeper into this place of peace. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, now connecting to the heart chakra, center of the chest, all three parts. Hold it there. And without collapsing the body, just release the breath. Sigh it out. The peace of God is mine and it's yours. Sink into it now. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, now up to the heart, bringing it to that heart center. Hold there. Sigh it out, relax the jaw. And release and sink deeper and deeper and deeper. Beautiful, everyone. Now let's slow it down. It feels good to be certain about where we are, whose we are, and that we have access to peace at all times. We're going to slow it down for a count of 6 on the inhale, hold for 6, exhale through the nostrils for 6, and then sink deeper for 6, giving ourselves permission to feel the peace of God. Let's begin. Inhale. Hold. And with the lips closed, exhale through the nostrils. And as you feel the release of breath through the nostrils, let yourself experience the ease in your body, sinking deeper and deeper and deeper. Take a few rounds of deep, full, complete breath in and out through the nostrils now. One more full round. Go ahead and scan your body and notice if there's any tension anywhere, any holding anywhere, any pressure anywhere. And without judgment, just send the breath and relax it. For as we notice tension and send breath, we remember with certainty that the peace of God is ours. I will monitor the time. You take the inward journey. And if the mind wanders, it's okay. Give yourself the grace that accompanies peace. Send the breath there, just relax. And briefly bring your mind back to our affirmative thought. The peace of God is mine. And let that certainty wash over. As I said, I will monitor the time. You take the inward journey. Remembering with absolute certainty. The peace of God is mine. The peace of God is yours. The peace of God is ours now. With our eyelids still closed, we enjoy the feeling of connection. A connection that can never be severed, not by time or circumstances. Nothing can intrude on the peace of God that is in us, within us. And so we bring that certainty back with us as we slowly start to make our way back in a more grounded and activated way at the same time. Peace is moving, breath is moving, truth is available. Plant the palms on the tops of the thighs. Go ahead and inhale. Draw the shoulders up by the ears if you're able. Exhale, nice and easy, slow. Release the shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, full breath. Releasing the shoulder blades back and down as you release the breath. And one more time. Feels good to feel a full breath and to know that it's connected to the peace of God. Inhale up. Exhale, releasing the shoulder blades back and down. Stop the movement. Settle in. Bring palms together at heart center. And if you're able, again, go ahead and bow the chin towards the fingertips. Noticing the energy flowing down the spine, down the body, where that grounded connection is, it is still felt. Allow the eyelids to gently open. Find a nice soft gaze, what we call drishti, nice soft focal point. Inhale, raise the chin, raise the gaze. Release the breath. Maintain the peace. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, PY.
You're welcome.
Maintain the peace, maintain the peace. Well, as we are maintaining the peace, we are in the third part of our three-part series, Tell the Truth, the Science of Spirit and How to Use It. And I'm excited to continue as we're talking about Lesson 10 today. But of course, before we get into the sermon, before we get into the lesson, we're going to hear from Soul 21, and then I will be with you on the other side with today's sermon, How to Choose Heaven. I'll see you then.
When I think about what's happening in our world right now, there's an opportunity for us to shift the energy and consciousness and to realign ourselves with life, with love, with the good that is always expressing itself. is our opportunity to get in sync. We see the result of being out of sync. We see the results of being out of alignment. And so we are moving ourselves back into the rhythm of life. And the rhythm of life is loving. The rhythm of life practices equality. The rhythm of life is justice. Oh, the rhythm of life.
Yes, yes, yes. That's like a musical timeline cleanse, right? That just shifts the vibration, which is so powerful and so wonderful. Realigning ourselves with the rhythm of life. When we get in alignment with the rhythm of life, then things will reflect the truth of life. And this is one of the ways that we can absolutely transform and change our individual world. And this is then how we can transform and change our collective world. Thank you, Soul 21 and CSC Band. Well, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. I know that it is good, and I am happy to be here with each and every one of you. I would love if you would join me in our centering prayer. If you could just repeat after me, this will support us in opening our hearts and minds as we move forward with today's message. I welcome the Spirit of truth into my mind, and let it grow in my heart. Thank you, God, in me, through me, and as me. Amen. Ashe. And so it is. So it is, and so it is. Yes, yes. Well, again, it is wonderful to be here with you, and I see so many more folks have shouted out their cities and states. South Carolina's in the building, Barbados is in the building, Philly is in the building, Miami is in the building, Atlanta's in the building. It's so wonderful to be here with each and every one of you on this day. So, as we are in the third part of our series, last week we looked at lesson 9 with the sermon title, Go and Sin No More. And lesson 9 is harmony. And I shared with you the very simple one-sentence treatment that Emma Curtis Hopkins gives us to embody and live in this integration of harmony. The treatment is, I do not accuse the world or myself of sin. All is well. Because there's a recognition that the opposite of harmony is discord. And condemnation actually creates disharmony and discord. We condemn when we've made sin real. And so the lesson in harmony is all about ending first self-condemnation. Because as you practice that and in condemnation of self and embrace and understand your sinlessness, which is guaranteed by God because you remain as God created you, then out of that practice, it will become easy to release condemnation of all beings and all things. And so then you will be operating with yourself and others in the same way as Jesus personifies the truth in the story of the woman, where he says, woman, where are your accusers? And there were none. They were all gone. And he says, no more do I accuse you. Go and sin no more. Go and accuse and condemn yourself no more. So for lesson 10, I want to start by just giving you some things that Emma Curtis Hopkins says as she describes the 10th lesson. Because often as she is moving through these 12 lessons, which are universal, sometimes she doesn't always directly say, this is the lesson, right? And so she's giving us, because we're starting to get into things that are even more abstract. And as I said, she was very much a mystic and kind of taught and spoke from that way. And you had to sort of pick out and pull out and gather all of what she was really teaching and sharing. She gives us some glimpses to understand what the 10th lesson is. Now, early on, she says, the 10th lesson of science is the gift of skill in handling things with thoughts. That's a very, very interesting statement, right? The gift of skill in handling things with thoughts. And specifically, the things that she's talking about are the unwanted things, the challenging things, the painful things, right? She later writes, she says that this 10th lesson, it's like being joyous and grateful while yet on earth, which seems so dark and unreliable. The 10th lesson is about the ability to, as she writes, smile and praise while there is nothing seemingly to smile or be grateful for. She says that this lesson stands for your sight of the good where others see evil, your speech of God's blessed kindness where you might feel deep bitterness. She describes this lesson by saying it is to stand still and hold to one statement when another statement seems to have the whole battle. She says that this lesson signifies the type of mind seeing land ahead, whether anybody else sees it or not. And finally, she says, it is taking our mind away from earthly things entirely, fixing it upon heavenly themes. And so what lesson 10 is simply choose heaven. Now that you've dealt with sin and condemnation, now that you are practicing and know the reality of harmony, choose heaven. So the questions arise immediately based on what I just shared with you. How does one skillfully handle things with thoughts? Particularly, as I said, the things that we're talking about are the unwanted things, the painful things, the things that some would call evil, right? The things that bring up fear, right? The things that are challenging. How can one be joyous and grateful in the midst of all that is happening on earth, especially right here and now in 2026? How can one smile and praise when there does not seem to be anything to smile or be grateful about? How can one see good where others see what is clearly evil? How can one speak from kindness where the instinct is to speak from bitterness? How does one hold firm to one statement of truth when it appears another truth, another reality is winning the battle? How does one see land when no one else does? And how does one take their mind from, quote, earthly things entirely, end quote, to fix them on, quote, heavenly themes, end quote? And so understanding that lesson 10 is choose heaven, let's examine. Let's examine how to practice, embody, integrate, and ultimately live this lesson. So how do we choose heaven? Well, there's three things we're going to look at. First, we have to understand some things about freedom and awareness. Then we have to make a conscious choice and understand what a conscious choice is. And finally, stand firm. So again, if you're taking notes, 3 points. 1, freedom and awareness. 2, conscious choice. And 3, stand firm. So before we can choose heaven, it's actually very important that we understand something very fundamental about freedom and awareness. And so I want to take you to Consciousness is All There Is by Dr. Tony Nader. I told you this is one of the books that would be supporting this series. And he writes some very powerful things in the text. He writes that freedom is not a bonus or luxury, but a necessary aspect for manifestation. I don't know if you've ever considered that. If we were not free, we would not be able to manifest or demonstrate anything. It's inherent, not as a luxury, not as something special that a piece of paper like the Declaration of Independence provides. It's, as the Declaration of Independence affirms, it's an inalienable right. But what it actually is, it's something that is necessary for demonstration and manifestation for us to even experience the life that we experience here in the external world. But he goes on, he writes, freedom, like awareness, is not the same for every aspect of manifestation. The narrower the awareness, the smaller the range and degree of freedom. When awareness is limited, freedom is limited. Now, what that takes me back to, is what I've been sharing with you about the first 6 lessons, right? That lessons 1 through 6 are all about your inner realization, about God realization, about self-realization, a capital S self, right? That this is what you're practicing those 6 lessons over and over again and leaning into those and living those because it is awakening something within you to recognize the power and presence of God in, through, and as you. Lessons 7 and 12 are about the outer realization, taking that inner realization and now demonstrating from it. Your inner realization, again, is the realization of the self, of consciousness, of God, of spirit. That is what your awareness is. So when we hear Dr. Tony Nader say the narrower the awareness, the smaller the range and degree of freedom. When awareness is limited, freedom is limited. What is the awareness that we're talking about? When your awareness of the self, of consciousness, of God, of spirit, in, through, and as you is narrow, then your range and degree of freedom will be narrow. When it is limited, your experience of freedom will be limited. And when awareness is expanded, your freedom, your experience of freedom is expanded. It's not that you're given new freedoms. It's just now you get to experience more of what always was. So the degree of freedom you can and will experience corresponds to your awareness. So this is why I keep bringing you back to lessons 1 through 6, right? This is why we will continue to guide you to lessons 1 through 6. And if you really look across all of the years of CSC, what we're continuing to teach you and continue to bring you back to is this God realization, right? Is this God consciousness? Because everything rests upon that. Your true experience of freedom rests upon that, right? The range and degree of that experience rests upon that. So often you may feel like, you may not feel like you can choose heaven. You survey your life, you survey your world, and it seems that choices have already been made for you. You survey your life, you survey your world, and it feels like your options are few at best, or that you have no options at all. But this is simply a reflection of your awareness. It is simply a reflection of your God consciousness, because your awareness and your sense of freedom correspond. To get free, you must get aware. And what is getting aware? It is the awareness that realizes, that realization of God at the center of your being. And so I will say it over and over and over again. Your God consciousness, everything else rests upon that. And that is the power of what the first 6 lessons are supporting you in doing. Now, again, in Consciousness is All There Is, Dr. Tony Nader continues, and he writes this: we often ignore the fundamental difference between freedom and choice. An entity might have a specific range of freedom, but not enough consciousness to be able to choose. The truth is, you are a free being. The truth is, you are a freeborn child of God. And because of this, you can be, do, or have anything. Endless possibilities are available to you. And while this is true, your ability to operate within this freedom and choose your life experience depends entirely upon your individual consciousness. Depends upon your awareness. It depends on what you expect, believe, and know to be true. So when Dr. Tony Nader says not enough consciousness to be able to choose, this is not a sense of, as I've shared the lesson we talked about faith, right? It's not that you need more faith, right? It's not that you need more consciousness, right? When we hear the word enough, of course, in our human mind, we start to think about measurement, right? Oh, well, I must need 10 cups of consciousness as compared to the 2 cups of consciousness I have. But that's not really what it is. What it is, it's like removing blinders, right? There's more happening in the world, but if you have blinders, you can only see within that narrow view. It's not that the other things out here don't exist and that you don't exist in it, but you can't experience it because of the blinders. Right? So that's why that word narrow is actually a great word. And so this again is why the early lessons, the statement of good, the universal denials and universal affirmations must be used over and over and over again to build up, what do we call it? The fire of faith. Understanding we know what fire does. That fire of faith then knows these truths to be true. And it is out of that fire of faith, it is your awareness, your individual consciousness that then allows you to skillfully handle things with thoughts, as Emma Curtis Hopkins writes. And I want you to consider this for a second. What is the alternative? Right? Because you might be thinking, PG, this is too much, or, all these lessons and all of these affirmations and all these denials. I'm tired. I don't want to read all this stuff. But what's the alternative? The alternative is to just interact with your world randomly. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, some wanted, some not wanted. And so you believe that life is just random and chaotic, and some people are special and other people aren't. Some people are lucky and you're not. The alternative is to just accept limitations. That my life can only be so good. I can only, I just got to be happy with what I have. The alternative is to make agreements with struggle. The alternative is to live from powerlessness. And ultimately, that leads to victimhood. The alternative is to cut yourself off from opportunity. Because there's all this opportunity here, but without developing the God consciousness that is necessary for you to experience more of the freedom that's here, you're just cutting yourself off. The alternative is to live beneath your spiritual privilege. So choosing heaven requires freedom, and freedom is a foundation of life. It's a requirement. Manifestation requires it. Demonstration requires it. But that freedom is tempered by one's awareness. Not that the freedom decreases, but one can only experience what one is aware of. And so awareness of what? Awareness of the self, awareness of spirit, awareness of God, awareness of consciousness. This self-awareness, this is self-awareness or self-realization, God realization. And it is out of this awareness that you become aware then of more choices. It is out of this awareness that then you become aware of more possibilities. It is out of this awareness that you become aware of more avenues and more opportunities. You start to realize, and you can shout yourself out and give me a yes, yes, because I know so many of you know this. You've lived it as you've walked this path and practiced these teachings and meditated. You find yourself in situations that in the past, and shout out, I'm reminded someone in the CSC Live group shared a prosperity report. In the past, you would have pulled up, showed out, cussed somebody out. But you were aware of choices that you had. And because of that awareness, you were able to say, do I want to choose this path or do I want to choose that path? And by choosing the different path, then it also led to a different outcome. It led to an experience of heaven, right? So there's the recognition that as you realize more of God in, through, and as you then become aware of more choices, possibilities, avenues, and opportunities. And then once you are aware then of the choices, possibilities, avenues, and opportunities, you must make a conscious choice. The second point, right? First, we got to understand freedom and awareness. Freedom is, but awareness determines how we experience the allness of freedom that's available to us. And so what we're constantly doing is expanding our awareness. And as we expand our awareness, we expand our ability to experience more. Once your awareness is expanded, or as you continue to expand your awareness, because there's no ceiling on that, right? Then you must consciously choose, because you're in the seat of power now, right? You're not operating in randomness. You're not being pulled along by something, right? You're not being moved like a pawn on a chessboard by some god in the sky. You are the chooser of your life experience, and you're aware of that now. So making a conscious choice, then it's sort of like the difference between being a child and an adult. And depending on how old you are, right? Shout out to Gen Xers, millennials, and definitely the boomers, right? I think we were all raised like this. I'm thinking about my daughter. She wasn't completely raised like this. So y'all remember that as children, you didn't really get to decide what you were eating for dinner. I don't know how it was in your house, but how it was in my house, right? Whatever was prepared for dinner is what you ate. It was the same thing at my grandparents' house too, right? And if you didn't eat, if you didn't like whatever it was, then you didn't eat. Right? Like I said, now my daughter, she got choices, right? Many times she would have something different for dinner than I would, right? But y'all know what I'm talking about. And so our parents, our elders, our caregivers, they planned and cooked dinner, and we ate what was prepared. There may have been other times when we had a choice, but for the most part, that was not the case. Now, as adults, we have full control over what we will prepare and eat for dinner. As adults, we get to make a what? Conscious choice about our meals. We can DoorDash all week if we want. We can meal prep if we want. We can eat cereal every day if we want. We can eat tuna fish every day. We can eat candy every day. We can eat French fries every day, right? As adults, you get to choose. As children, you didn't get to choose. So it is with your spiritual freedom and from your spiritual awareness. Now you get to choose. Now you get to make the conscious choice. Why? Because life is not happening to you. Life is not happening for you. Life is happening through you. The choices that you make are being experienced, right? And what does through you mean? Through you means it is responding to your awareness. Through you means it is responding to your faith. Through you means it is responding to your choice. And I want to take a moment, just in case you've never heard me say this before. This is one of my foundational teachings, right? So life is not happening to you. Powerful statement. Because that's what moves you out of powerlessness. That's what moves you out of victimhood. That's what moves you out of feeling like you are on a pawn on a chessboard that's just being moved around and you have no control. And sometimes you're on a good spot and other times you're not. And I don't even know why. I don't know how I got on this spot. I don't know how I got to this bad spot. I don't know how I got to this good spot. But stuff is just happening to me, right? That's not true. Life is not happening to you because you are powerful, right? You're not powerless and you're not a victim of life. But I also say that life is not happening to you, not happening for you. Now, the affirmation life is happening for me is beneficial for a lot of reasons as you are moving along the path of spiritual awareness, right? This is another step, right? So nothing is happening to you. Now you're learning to say, I'm welcoming this thing in, right? Toward our wholeness, right? We heard the song last week. I'm welcoming it in. I'm welcoming it in. I'm welcoming it in. And so now I can, from this place of awareness, treat it as though I chose it. Treat it as though I bought it. But the truth of how life actually works is that life is happening through you. It's responding to your choice or lack of choice. That's what's really happening. That's also why then you're never a victim of the world you see, right? And that is also then why life is never happening to you, because even on an unconscious level, there are choices being made and life is responding to the choice or lack of choice. And so again, if life is happening through you, the through you means it's responding to your awareness. Do you have the blinders on, partially on, or are they off? It is responding to your faith. What do you know to be true? Just like you know your name. It is responding to your choice. What are you consciously choosing from the seat of awareness that you hold? So then this conscious choice is constant, consistent, an unwavering focus on that which is good, beneficial, constructive, healing, life-giving, life-supporting, and life-affirming. In Scientific Christian Mystical Practice, Emma Curtis Hopkins writes this: when one imagines that there is a mixture of good and evil in the universe, they are sure to see a great deal of good and evil. I'll just stop there before I finish the paragraph, because this is how so many of us have been taught to live life. Take the good with the bad. Oh, a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. When one imagines, and I love that she uses the word imagines, because we're talking about what's taking place in your own mind, right? Not talking about the world. When we choose in our own mind to believe that there's a mixture of good and evil, which is, again, why, what is lesson 2? Denials, right? What is the universal denial? In my idea of good, there is no what? There is no evil. In my idea of good, there is no sin, sickness, or death, right? And then in the universal affirmation, right? My good is my God. I govern my world according to my understanding of the good without sin, sickness, or death, right? Without those things, because good doesn't need those things in order to be good. But that's what we've been taught. So when one imagines that there is a mixture of good and evil in the universe, they are sure to see a great deal of good and evil. Right? Because that's what the conscious choice, unconscious really, choice has been made in mind. She goes on, if they let their mind balance on the gloomy side more than the joyous side, they will see more evil conditions than good in their lot. Right? So this is where we understand, you hear me say all the time, particularly on Wednesdays for the prayer, right? That we are focusers of God power. God is paying attention to what we're paying attention to. That doesn't mean that God is sitting on high and looking down low. That's not what that means. It doesn't mean that God is observing the state of the world and judging and making making assessments. That's not what it means. When I say that God is paying attention to what we're paying attention to, I'm saying that we're the directors of the sight of God. We're the directors of the energy of God power, and understanding that God power is creation power. Wherever we point, oh my Lord have mercy, wherever we point the power of creation, there will be creation. Take a breath, take that in, write that down. Wherever you point the power of creation, there will be creation. So that's what she's saying here when she says that if you let your mind balance on the gloomy side, if you point the power of creation on the gloomy side more than on the joyous side, you will see more evil conditions than good in your lot, in your experience. That's just logical, right? We can reason that out. It makes sense. And so she goes on, she says, then this person will not touch the 10th lesson. They will not see their world record joyousness if they do not put joyousness forth from their mind as a steady stream into the world. This is, again, steady stream. This is why I said the conscious choice is constant, consistent, unwavering focus. Focus on what? On that which is good, beneficial, constructive, healing, life-supporting, life affirming, on heaven, which is that's what heaven is, not a place. Streets of gold. So we know the spiritual axiom, right? What you focus on expands. We know that we are the focusers of creation, of creative energy and power. Wherever we focus that energy, creation will happen. So each and every day, we must consciously, deliberately, and intentionally choose a side. Now, you may be asking, if God is the good and only good, why must we choose a side, PG? Why can't the good just be good in, through, and as us without us choosing? Choosing is only necessary in this world. Choosing is only necessary in this time-space reality. At the level of consciousness, where every possibility exists, there's no choice to be made. All is well. At the level of consciousness where every possibility exists, all is in order and all is in complete harmony. But it is in this time-space reality where consciousness manifests in varied expressions that there appears to be separation and there appears to be difference. And so in order to bring order from our awareness, we have to choose. Here in our time-space reality, we are manifesting. Manifesting simply means drawing from consciousness that which already exists, infinite possibilities. And this drawing from appears to be random and appears to even be chaotic. That's due to the awareness and consciousness of humanity. We talked about awareness, right? Where one's awareness is narrow, their experience and expression of freedom will also be narrow and limited. And so we recognize that the collective consciousness of humanity is incredibly narrow. Thus, we experience what seems to be life being random, disordered, chaotic, violent, evil. But it is none of those things. It is just that as the focusers of the power of creation, collectively humanity has continued to focus that creative power of creation on what Emma Curtis Hopkins calls the gloomy side, on the side of war, on the side of violence, on the side of separation, on the side of disharmony, on the side of division, on the side of no inclusion, on the side of racism, on the side of sexism, on the side of misogyny, on the side of pedophilia, on the side of abuse. The narrower the consciousness, the less freedom. The narrower the consciousness, the less order. The narrower the consciousness, the less harmony. So when we manifest on the collective and individual levels, we are drawing from consciousness possibilities that already exist and experiencing in our world as though they were new experiences or new expressions. But there's a recognition that we have to choose. If we recognize that all of these things, they exist in consciousness, then there's a choosing that must happen in order for the experience that we want to experience here to actually be experienced. At the level of consciousness, when we leave these bodies and we fade back into the one, all will be well. There will be no war. There will be no pain, right? The things that people talk about in the sweet by and by, right? That's the reason, that's the metaphor of that. But we have the opportunity, because all of those things exist in consciousness now, to experience them now. So consciously choosing heaven means that, spiritually speaking, there are certain stores in consciousness we just don't shop at. Those stores don't make clothes we like. Those stores don't carry our size. And guess what? The customer service sucks. Your daily spiritual practice is a conscious choice practice. Bringing your mind daily to a small bite of truth in your 5 minutes of reading, and then reinforcing that bite of truth in your 5 minutes of writing, and experiencing that truth in your 5 minutes of meditation. That's choosing heaven. This is why at CSC we affirm and teach that daily spiritual practice is not an option, because we know that we must choose heaven. Anything else is uncivilized. Anything else leads to a narrow experience of life. Anything else is living with blinders on. Anything else is all of those alternatives that I named earlier. And so then now, after you have made a conscious choice, point one, freedom and awareness, understanding that, then we got to make a conscious choice. That's the way it works in this time-space reality. We have to consciously choose. And that's a daily choice, by the way. And once you've made the choice, then you must stand firm. This is where we must use the power of our spoken word and our written word. In Scientific Christian Mental Practice, Emma Curtis Hopkins fills this lesson with statements of truth and denials and affirmations. To stand firm in the choice that you've made and counter the temptation to go shopping at those old stores again because you heard they're having a 50% off sale, you must speak and write truth until you see what you said. Some of you give up after a week, let alone 24 hours. Stand firm means no matter what. Why? Because you see heaven in your own mind already. That idea that feeling is the first manifestation, you manifest, you're already experiencing it, you know it to be true. So you don't need your physical eyes to confirm it, and you sure don't need anybody else's opinion to confirm it. So I want to give you just a few of the examples so you get a flavor of the word. And I've compiled a list that I'll post in the CSC Live group. So those of you that are in the group, you'll have this. But I want you to hear this, and then I'm going to break down what the formula is, because it's very simple. So standing firm, using the power of your spoken word and your written word, speak and write truths like this. I do not believe in mixtures. I do not believe in failure. I believe in success. I do not believe in evil. I believe in good. I do not believe in poverty. I believe in the bounty of God. I do not believe in sickness. I believe in health for all the world now. It is nothing at all. Peace is here. I do not believe in disturbance. I believe in harmony. I do not believe a word of it, not a word. I do not believe it. I do not believe that side of the question. I believe in success, victory, prosperity for myself. There's another one, and I'll break this down in a minute. I do believe in the good. So what is the formula? You should hear it. It's very clear. To the unwanted experience, you deny it by saying what the spirit does not believe, and then affirm what the spirit does believe. The I statements, you heard me say what the spirit believes, right? But you're one with the spirit, right? There's no separation, right? In God you live, move, and have your being. You are spirit, wisdom, truth, intelligence, right? That's affirmed. We affirm that in the universal affirmations. So that I that you're speaking, you're not speaking from the limited human experience of yourself, which is limited and will go away. You're speaking from the God in you. I do not believe in mixtures. I do not believe in failure. I believe in success. So ask yourself, wait, what does spirit believe? And then first I do not believe in this disharmony out here. I do not believe in evil. I believe in good. I do not believe in poverty. I believe in the bounty of God. I believe in health for all the world now. And so you've made a conscious choice. You've made a conscious choice to live in complete prosperity. You've made a conscious choice to be happy and healthy. You've made a conscious choice to be free. You've made a conscious choice to bring heaven on earth and to experience heaven on earth as your very own life. Inevitably, there will come a moment and moments when you must speak. You must speak to the temporary conditions that you see in your life and your individual world. The same mind that was in Jesus, the personification of truth, when he said, peace, be still, is the same mind that is in you now. So remind your mind, I do believe in the good. That's what that statement is. It's a reminder, like you're seeing some foolishness, you're seeing some unwanted stuff, and you might start to believe in that. I was sharing a story this past week with Multi-Manifestor, with my group coaching group folks, that for a moment, I had gotten lulled into putting power into an external application process, right? And then that was about to cause me some pain. And I came to myself and said, wait a minute. I do believe in the good. I do believe in the good. And I recognize that the good is the power that's within me, that the good has already approved me, right? And that is where I must operate from, right? So we're going to have to remind our minds. And so you start with, I do believe in the good. I chose heaven. I am choosing heaven right here and now. I am choosing heaven again and again and again. I do not believe in a little good over here and a little bad over there. I do not believe that I have to take the good with the bad. I believe in happiness. I believe in peace. I believe in health. I believe in success. I believe in wealth for all now. I believe in love, life, truth, harmony, order, balance, and I accept it fully right here and right now. Amen. Ashe, and so it is.
I do believe I have the opportunity to choose again and again and again and again. I do believe that I can experience heaven here now, because in fact, that's the only place I can experience it. So I believe that. PG gave you some beautiful, practical, affirmative thoughts and statements that you can apply. Find your own, but it's this idea, I do believe in the good. Even if I'm experiencing, and he said about himself, even though there was that momentary realization of, but wait a minute, I come to myself. That's what choosing again and again and again is. That's what choosing heaven. I come to myself. I don't come to myself to judge myself. I become aware so that I can make a different choice. Course in Miracles talks about that. I choose again. And it doesn't say that so that you can judge yourself or someone else. It says that so that the awareness makes a change in your thinking, brings you back to your right mind. Please come back to this week's message. Use it and reap the benefits.
Yes.
Thank you, PG.
All right, you're welcome. Well, in this moment, it is time for giving. And of course, it is very easy to give to CSC. We appreciate all of the ways that you choose to give and all of the ways that you continue to support the mission, vision, and purpose of CSC. You can go to our website, celebrationsc.org/give, or you can text your dollar amount to 347-744-9500. You can also give via the Church Center app. Apple Pay and Google Pay is available in the Church Center app. No matter which way you choose to give, again, that is up to you, and we will continue to provide safe and secure ways for you to give. But if you walk away with nothing else, right, it's important to note that giving is a spiritual practice. Right? And giving is a spiritual practice, not because you have to give a specific dollar amount, that you have to tithe or give a tenth. There's no requirement for that, and that's a complete misteaching, those that do teach that. But what happens in giving is very similar to our breathing. See, giving and receiving is always happening in our world and in our life, right? A seed goes in the ground, right? We give the seed to the ground and something comes out, right? We receive whatever that plant, that tree becomes, that fruit, that vegetable, right? Giving and receiving. I exhale, right? And because I've exhaled, I've released this air in my lungs, I now can receive, right? So we recognize that if no seeds are planted, there are no crops. Yes, yes. We recognize that if I hold my breath and do not give of my breath, right, I will ultimately meet a premature demise. Right? This is the correspondence of what giving is really all about. Not that it's some special thing that you must do to please God, or when you don't do it, you disappoint God. It is about keeping a flow, a dynamic, wonderful flow happening in the same way that seeds must continue to be planted in the ground to keep the flow, just as we must continue to exhale so that we can inhale. This is what's happening when we circulate our currency, current movement. And so we encourage you to find that dollar amount that is an amount that brings you joy, right? That has no fear, trepidation, or hesitation around it, that has no figuring out and taking from here and hoping other things work out, right? None of that energy is required. We give what feels good. We give from the good feeling place and good feeling tone. And when we give from that space, when we give from that place, then we can absolutely affirm this truth. All the money that I circulate,
all the money that I circulate
returns to me multiplied.
Returns to me multiplied.
In a never-ending cycle.
In a never-ending cycle.
Of increase.
And
enjoyment. To that we say amen.
Amen.
Ashe.
Ashe.
And so it is.
So it is.
Yes, yes. I also want to remind you, of course, of our giving campaign, and you've seen the information, how you can give. You can text CSC 13 to the giving number, or if you choose to give in the Church Center app or on the website, make sure you select CSC Anniversary so that is aligned with that fund. And for those of you that if you're unable to give to the campaign, and that's awesome, that's wonderful. One of the things that we love to encourage you to consider is covering the transaction fees with your giving, because that's actually a wonderful way to give to CSC. CSC ends up spending about $2,000 a year in transaction fees. And so by covering those fees, you would be covering that expense for CSC, which means that then those funds could be applied to so many other things, and which you would absolutely be supporting CSC in a powerful way and supporting the next chapter of CSC. We appreciate your giving, and we appreciate each and every one of you who have already given in support of the anniversary campaign and who intend to give to the anniversary campaign this month. Now we've come to the conclusion of our service, but before we close, I want to make sure that we honor our PY, as this is her birthday week. Her birthday is officially on Wednesday, March 11th. We are, of course, in the double celebration of March, celebrating CSC and celebrating PY. So please send her love, send her emails, send her flowers. I don't know, not internationally. Send her whatever you want to do.
Send her energy.
But of course, We love and appreciate you, PY, and all that you are and all that you do and all that you be here at CSC with and for us as you continue to lead and guide us with love and joy and compassion and groundedness. So please join me in saying happy birthday to PY. Of course, we as an I will be celebrating her this week and celebrating her birthday as we always do in wonderful ways. But again, please show her love and shout her out. And so that does bring us to the conclusion of our service today. Again, we love and appreciate you all. We trust that you will have an amazing remainder of your week. Join us on Wednesday. We have two things happening Wednesday. Wednesday morning, the Momentum Prayer Call, and then put down your Bible. I'm going to be bringing in some more things related to this lesson because you just can't teach and tell it all. But there's some more things related to today's lesson that I want to share on Wednesday. And of course, bring your questions. You can also post those questions in the CSC Live group. That's helpful for me as I prepare. And then we'll be back together next Sunday. It's third Sunday, God Talk Sunday.
Yes.
And so it will be very exciting to gather together in Zoom and gather together as a community on God Talk Sunday following the weekend service. We love you. We appreciate you. Bye for now.
Thank you all for the love. Bye for now.